Where are my savings? From time to time, we hear people ring us up after 3 months, maybe 6 months time, going, where are my savings? You promised me X and I got Y, and I want to know why. So these people are frustrated. They just made this huge investment. They're not getting any return on their solar system. Well, they think that they're not getting any return on their solar system. They ring us up, they're going off their head, and 9 times out of 10, we will knock this thing on the head within probably 1 to 2 days. It's about getting the customer to understand what the actual issue is at fault here. So here inside, we go through a special process, right? First of all, realistically, it's about analyzing who's at fault here. Because there's someone at fault, or there's someone that doesn't understand something properly. So here's a quick analysis of what we would do internally when we receive one of these phone calls or nasty emails saying, it's a scam, doesn't work, I want my money back, blah, blah, blah. So first thing we do is establish what is solar system generating. Is our system working? Is it doing what we said it would do? That's the first thing we check. If we install a solar system, a 6.6 kilowatt system, and it's getting 12 to 14 kilowatt hours every day, bang, no more questions. We don't need to dive any further. We stick our hand up and go, that's us. That's straight up, there's something wrong. So if the solar system's not working, well then bang, we don't need to dive any further. It's working, okay, next step. We then need to identify, is it something to do with the metering? Because let's face it, if you've just had a new solar system installed on your property and the metering's not up to date, then you've basically just got a paperweight sitting on your roof. So that's our next step. Is the EWR completed? EWR stands for electrical work requests. This is something that we do internally on the day of installation. We send all the paperwork off to the energy providers and make sure that they're then contacting your retailer to authorize the new meter upgrade or reprogramming. Some new houses already have a smart meter. This generally takes about 1 to 2 weeks. So, is the EWR completed? Yes, no. If no, holy shit, we've got another problem. Put our hand up, we fucked up. We're at blame here, we're at fault. So this is really bad, especially if it's been 3 or 6 months. They've had a new solar system, it's cranking away, but they're not actually getting the benefits of it because the EWR was never completed on time or never done. So again, has this been completed? Yes, no. If it has been completed, now we're diving into the not so fun stuff. So we've now established right away that is the company to blame? Is the company who sold the solar system to blame? Is there something wrong with the installation? Now we're looking at the energy provider. Is the energy provider to blame, or is it still the company for not telling the energy provider that they're good to go? Now we're diving into something where it's about understanding how your bill works and how the solar system performs. Okay. So now we've worked that out, it becomes a bit of a math equation and a bit of an education strategy for the client, and just getting their head around how solar works. We've got a lot of naysayers out there that's like, oh, I got $10 credit last month, solar's a scam, or I got $20 credit, solar's a scam. When reality is, yes, you did get a small credit, but what you can't see and what's not portrayed on your bill is how much power you actually used for free. This is what we're trying to get people to understand. So if you imagine, right, you've had solar installed, and you had solar installed in January. The EWR was done, the system's performing. We're getting, let's just say we're getting 25 kilowatt hours per day here in Brisbane. Solar system's working fine. The EWR has been done, but you've just received your bill in March or May, and it's saying, you know, $50 credit. So let's dive into this. A normal person will be like, holy shit, I've been ripped off. I'm not getting the savings and everything that I thought I would get. I thought I would, you know, have massive savings. So if you have a look, the first thing that we would do is let's look at the bill. We look at the bill before solar, and we look at the bill after solar. And this tells us straight away, there's a timeline, it's kind of like before Christ, after Christ. So if your bill before solar, let's just say, is $600, we've installed a new solar system. And based off our calculations, we should have eliminated, you know, $400 to $500 off that power bill. So we would like to see you sit at around, you know, $100 to $200 residual. And this is what we've told you, and this is what you've expected. Then you've received the power bill. That's $400. Alarm bells start ringing. I've been scammed. I was promised a $100 or a $200 power bill. I've got a $400 power bill. F you guys, you lied to me, or something's wrong. I don't believe you. I don't trust you. Blah blah blah. The first thing that we do, because remember, we've just worked out our system's working fine. We've worked out that the EWR's been done. So now this turns into a calculation. So what we do is, and on this bill after solar, we might see solar credits, because now we've got credits. So that's usage. Credits. We might have credits of $50. And $50 is $50. So what we need to work out is, what is that $50 made up of? What company are you with? So what sort of feed-in tariff are you getting? I need a calculator. So you're going to set, let's say your feed-in tariff, you're getting, let's just say 15 cents, okay? So 50 divided into 15 cents, that's at 15 cent feed-in tariff. So that equals 333 kilowatt hours. And let's say you're with Origin or something and you're paying 25 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay, so quick, and this is, by the way, this is over a 90-day bill. That's the first thing we always make sure you check, is that you're comparing 90 days for 90 days. We've had some people send in their bill and they're comparing a 90-day to a 30-day. Because sometimes when you change meters, they just send you out a new bill straight away to get you into their cycle. So sometimes you might see a one month bill or a 2 month bill just to get you into their cycle. So always make sure we're comparing 90 for 90. Always make sure that we're comparing a full 90 of before solar and after solar. You might find in this timeline that yes, the solar was installed, you know, here, and the EWR was done here, and there might be, say, 30 days of solar incorporated in this 90-day bill. So straight up, I would scrap it. It's not accurate, it's not relevant. We want a full 90 days of solar installation with a new EWR involved in it, because this is now null and void. It doesn't really reflect a true understanding of a full build cycle with solar installed, solar working correctly, and an EWR complete. So back to this. If you have, what is it?
8991.
So we've worked out that we have, we've got $50 on our bill credit. So we're like, what the hell, something's not right. We've worked out $50, we're getting a 15 cent feed-in tariff, so that's 333 kilowatt hours. We've now got a bill of $400 at 25 cents. So they've charged us for $1,600. kilowatt hours. Now, this is what everybody fails to understand. If we have a system that is performing on average at 25 kilowatt hours per day, sometimes it might be 28, sometimes it might be 22, let's just say on average 25 kilowatt hours. How do you get this information? You get this information from reading the screen monitor or logging into your portal. 25 times 90 equals 2,250. So our solar is generating 2,250 kilowatt hours over the 90 days. So what we need to do now is minus what we fed into the grid. So 333 divided into 90 is 3.7. So 25 kilowatt hours that we're producing, we're pumping 3.7 into the grid. That means that, what is that? 21.3 is being used. Now this is something, you can't see electricity, you can't see it, you can't feel it, you can't smell it, you can't hear it. 21.3 kilowatt hours every day is being used, it's being consumed. That does not show up on a bill anywhere. This is like, there's no way to record this unless you had a smart meter and you could see it on your new app, or if you are with AGL, they have a cool tracker on their smart meter. But this is something that people don't understand. They don't get it because you can't see it. It doesn't show up and say, hey, this is all the electricity you got for free from your solar system. There's no part on your bill that says that. So times 21.3 times 90 days is 1917. So used is 1917. Now, if we get this figure that doesn't show up anywhere on your bill, this figure is nowhere. This is something for you to calculate, or like I said, if you have a new smart meter, you can work this out off the app. For a lot of people that have had older systems, this is something that you need to work out. Get your daily average, minus what you've fed into the grid, and you'll come up with a figure that you're using. You're using that electricity somewhere in your house. That figure multiplied by what you're getting charged for electricity, 0.25, times 0.25 is $479.25. Now remember at the start of this, I said we promised you, Mr. Customer, you're going to see a saving of around $400 to $500 off your original power bill. So in his head, he's thinking, I'm going to get a $100 or a $200 bill. Next month, 3 or 4 months comes and he gets a $400 bill. Well, here's the kicker. So instead of him getting a $400 bill, if he never met us, if he never seen us, and he never installed solar on his house, that bill would have been $879.25. If you never had solar, if you never met us, if you never installed it, you would have had a bill off that, because we've worked out that's what you're producing, that's what you're feeding into the grid, that's what you should have left over. That leftover is going somewhere. It's not just disappearing into thin air. Electricity needs to flow from one point to another. That's being consumed in your house. And if it wasn't being consumed in your house and you never had solar, guess what? You would have bought it from the grid. You would have bought it from the grid at standard price. That's what it would have cost you. So that plus your residual bill equals that. And you should hear the conversation after that every time. It's just like, whoa, thank you. I'm so glad. Like this penny just drops every single time. So this is something that no one really talks about. This is something that, you know, we go through, not all the time, maybe like once a week out of 50 customers. It's something that's, it's not really spoken about and it's not out there, but this is why we put together this special training video to help educate you guys on some of the disasters that happen after solar.